Video, we are going to simplify square roots, and we have 3 problems. And so if you want to pause the video here and attempt them, feel free. Okay, so this is the first one. We want to simplify the square root of 20. Now, the thing is, there's no number times itself to give you 20, because think about it. 4 times 4 is 16, 5 times 5 is 25. So there's no number times itself would give you 20. And the way we're going to simplify this, we have to find the biggest perfect square that will divide evenly with 20. I'm going to explain what I mean by that, what a perfect squares are. So like 1 squared is 1. 2 squared is 4. They're perfect square because it's a number times itself. That's why it's called a perfect square. 3 squared would be 9. 3 times 3 is 9. And 4 squared would be 16. These are all perfect square. And the way we're going to have to simplify this is we think, what is the biggest perfect square that can be divided into 20? So 20 divided by what perfect square would give you a whole number? Obviously, 1 always works. Now, 2 squared is 4. We could divide 20 by 4 and we would get 5. And that would actually work. So let's try this out. And the way we're going to actually do this is say, instead of saying 20, we're going to say 4 times what? 4 times what gives you 20? Well, 4 times 5 is 20. So I'm rewriting this as the square root of 4 times 5. Now our next step is we can break out this radical. And what I mean by that is we can rewrite this as the square root of 4 times the square root of 5. And the square root of 4, what number times itself gives you 4? Well, 2 times 2 is 4. So this piece right here would be 2. So our answer would be 2 square root of 5. And the reason 4 was our biggest number, we have 5. And there's no number times itself that can give you 5. And there's nothing further we can break it down. But again, we're going to do 2 more problems. So if it's not clear yet, hopefully after the second it will be. So this is the next one. We have square root of 48. We think to ourselves, what number times itself gives you 48? And again, we're going to run to that issue. 6 times 6 is 36. 7 times 7 is 49. So there's no number times itself to give you 48. So 48 divided by what perfect square can still give you a whole number? So again, let's try it out. Let's list it out. So 1 squared is 1. 2 squared is 4. 3 squared is 9. 4 squared is 16. 5 squared is 25. I'll stop here. Now looking at my list, the biggest one that I can say 48 divided by one of these numbers would be 16. Because 48 divided by 16 is 3. So we're going to rewrite this as the square root of 16 times 3. 16 times 3 is 48. So we're going to break it down into 2 radicals. The square root of 16 times the square root of 3. And the square root of 16. What number times itself gives you 16? Well, 4 times 4 is 16. So we put a 4. So our final answer is 4 square root of 3. And that's our second problem. We have one more. Now I would recommend pausing the video and attempting it. Okay, so let's do it again. Let's list out a couple of perfect squares. And with practice, you don't need to keep on making this little table thing. But because we're kind of new right now, it's kind of helpful. 4 squared is 16. 5 squared is 25. 6 squared is 36. And we'll stop here. The reason I'm going to stop here is I know I can do 72 divided by 36, and I'll get 2. So that's gonna, it's gonna be it. So we'll break this down into 36 times 2. Again, 36 times 2 is 72. Now we can rewrite this as 2 radicals. The square root of 36 times the square root of 2 and the square root of 36. So what number times itself gives you 36? And that's going to be 6. So we get 6 square root of 2 as our final answer. And that's all you need to do to simplify square roots.